Shane Drohan now getting his turn at the big board with the fellas. But look here, the National League FIP leaders, and I don't have to tell anyone what FIP is. Fielding, independent pitching.
Come on, Robert.
Yeah,
Control your controllables.
Their teammate, Jacob Misiorowski, is at the top. And look, on this board as well is Shane Drohan. Logan Henderson was breaking down at the board with the fellas. Now it's Shane's turn. Take it away,
it's
guys.
Shane's turn. We're going to get him up on the mound. We're going to do the same stuff. We're going to get into a side angle. But give me a little, history. Walk me through high school. I mean, because you love your heater. The whiff percentage is through the roof. We got the nasty slider. But I love the journey of everybody to the game. So, did you always throw gas? Was it a steady ascent? Kind of walk me through your little...
For me, it was kind of just that steady climb. I think I was, upper 80s, low 90s.
Dominating in high school?
Yeah. A little bit easier than the big leagues.
Okay. Travel ball?
A little bit, yeah. I played a lot of football, so I only did this. I only did this quarterback. I only did the summer ball once.
Hey.
You and D-Row was a quarterback, too.
Yeah. Come on, they don't know. You don't know two-a-days, sweating it out with the boys.
No, that's brutal.
Makes you mentally tough.
Oh, yeah. But then as I got to college, it climbed a little bit as I got bigger and stronger. And then it was really these past couple years where the velo really started to pop, where I was able to, hold the velo for a while, just especially as a lefty, being able to hold, those mid to high 90s is...
Was there a coach? Was there something? Can we get you up here?
Yeah.
Is there something you could teach the kids back home?
For me, it
kind of unlock them?
A lot about it, for me, was just getting bigger and stronger. But then for me, it was just about simplifying the delivery.
Okay. My bad.
I think
My bad.
With the big velo push, a lot of guys, are big on really coiling or trying too hard to kind of sit in the back leg. For me, it was just feel a little bit of tension, keep it simple, and then, good leg kick, and then try to just catch that momentum. For me, I'm trying to stay linear sideways, as long as I can. I can rotate really fast, so I want to hold that off and basically almost feel like I'm here.
At foot contact, you're there.
I want to feel as sideways as possible.
Do you, and this is just me kind of reading off that, from a hitter's perspective, because you see when a lot of hitters land, in case you could attest this, we want to tell our brains we're here, but we're really this is going already. So do you think about stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's especially the lower half, a lot of the pitching and hitting is pretty similar.
It's pretty similar stuff.
You'll even see guys doing, swinging stuff to try to get the lower half going. But yeah, for me, the big one is just trying to stay sideways down the mound as long as possible.
You said earlier on that the Brewers, there was one or two things mechanically that they kind of helped you with. What was the one thing they?
For me, it was my hands. I was really stiff with my upper half. I think if you go back to some video when I was with Boston and Worcester, I had them glued to my chest up here out of the windup, and I would just keep it tight. Where now they wanted me to bring it down to the belt, kind of
get some momentum,
tie it with the leg kick.
Bring that quarterback out.
Exactly.
Come
on. I think it just added some flow to the delivery that just allowed everything to sync up better.
Love that.
All right, let's get into the side angle of Shane's wind up here. And you're going to get it, man, number 55. And we're going to fast forward this. I want to take you to May 18th. Being a former Cub for 2 years, kind of that hour and a half drive to Milwaukee. There's a rivalry here. You walk in, you were piggybacking off Brandon Sproat, I believe, this night, and you were dominant. But just kind of walk me through pitching in Wrigley, night game, dominating the Cubbies.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience. Craziest part about it was how sick I was 3 days before.
Really?
Yeah, we played San Diego in Milwaukee, and Wednesday night I was throwing everything up. I had to stay at the hotel. I didn't travel with the team because we went to Minnesota that weekend. So I had pitched Tuesday night and then was fighting for my life for the rest of the weekend. And then,
and Murph said, we need you.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what it was. I showed up in Minnesota, I think Saturday, traveled with them to Wrigley. I think I threw like 7 off the mound at early work, and then
that was it.
by the
Good
5th,
time.
they were like, hey.
You could throw up after you're off the bump.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, let's take a look at some pitch usage splits. I would assume that lefties are going to have a tough time with you. I mean, it's four-seamer, sinker, you add the cutter in, and we got, you know, your typical 3 variations of the fastball we're seeing. It's a real problem right now. And then the nasty slider, and then we'll get into some right-handers. But the bottom line here, and the reason I bring this up, is it's a mixed bag to righties. It's a little bit more stock to lefties with the heater and slider. But the bottom line is you love your fastball and it plays for you.
Oh, yeah.
So let's start real quick with Matt Olson. This is recent. And it's the same thing with Logan Henderson, who was just over here. You guys established a heater.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? The hitter's got to be on time for the fastball, so, you know, let him get on time and then throw him the break.
That combo right
That's
there.
That's a nasty pitch.
Really quick. Being a lefty on a lefty.
Yeah.
Like facing Shane. When I see that sinker slider combo, I'm like, we're in for it. You know what I mean? Do you find that with lefties, like, you know, getting it in so you can open up away?
Yeah, definitely. Especially, you know, guys like Matt Olson.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman and Ohtani, sometimes you got to kind of step into the fire and go in on them. You know, a lot of those guys, it's going to tell you to pound away, but, you know, those guys are good enough to spit on the sliders that are this far off and then, you know, maybe foul off the fastball. So sometimes you got to buzz them in and just set up that stuff away.
All right, run the Ohtani at bat. Where are you trying to start the slider to get the strike on that, like that perfect pitch? Are you thinking starting that behind him? Is it at his front leg?
It's really kind of like middle in. I'm kind of looking at Williams' right arm, right shoulder pad, and then just ripping it.
And just ripping off that. Take a look at this. Highest whip percentage on four-seamer this season. And look at the velo. Not that 95 is anything to shake a stick at, but I mean, you got a lot of relievers on this board. You got Mason Montgomery, and I mean, everybody's sitting north of 97. You're plowing 94.9 right past everybody. Show me the Austin Riley against the right-handers, and not afraid to come in with the little cut piece.
Yeah, a little cutter.
Firewood.
Yeah.
How long you had the cutter?
About 2 years now. It's been a work in progress, but it's a super important pitch, especially for the four-seam.
If we didn't mix in a breaking ball or a changeup there, here we're giving Ellie the get me over breaker, changeup in, and now.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
That's a pretty nice sequence right there.
That is. We love finishing guys with fastballs. There's no better feeling.